Anyway, we're going to go ahead and get started because I don't want to take a whole lot of time on this, but we're going to start out with a piece of cardstock. This is real red. It's 11 inches by 4. You can get 2 gift cards out of 1 sheet of cardstock. You can do yours in any color. You can use any designer series paper you want. I am using, this is the, oh shoot, the Wrapped in Warm Hugs, or I don't remember all the names. There's so many of them. It is back here. I looked right at it. It is the Heartwarming Hugs Designer Series paper. That is what we're using today. We're also going to be using the Real Red braided trim. So isn't that really pretty? And it's braided. You can't really see it probably through the camera, but it's pretty. And we're going to be using some Real Red ink, Mossy Meadow ink. We're going to use Perfectly Plaid. We're going to use this Christmas tree right here. And we're also going to be using Itty Bitty Greetings, Christmas Greetings. We're going to use No Peeking Till Christmas. And then I think I'm going to use Lots of Love at Christmas too. Okay, so then I have my designer series paper, and from a 12 by 12 sheet of paper, you can get, I believe, 6. I'll have to cut them and make sure, but I'll put it on my blog how many you can get. But this is cut at 4 by 3 3/4, and then we have 2 pieces that's cut at 4 by 1 1/4. 4 inches by 1 1/4. And then we have a piece of Whisper White cardstock that is cut at 4 by 3 3/4. And then we have some scrap Whisper White for stamping and cutting and all that. And then we have Old Olive for our Christmas tree that we're going to stamp and punch out. I also have already cut out Real Red circle using my stitched shapes. This is the largest circle, I believe. It's either the largest or the second one to the largest. And then I ran it through my Big Shot with the Stampin' Cut Emboss wrapped in textured embossing folders. And you get 2 of them in there. And these are designed for the mini Stampin' Cut new inch machine. You can use them in your full-size machine. You can use all the minis in your full-size machine. You just can't use the full-size dies and embossing folders in the mini. Okay, so that is what we have. So I am going to go ahead and move some of this stuff right out of the way. And we're going to start with this. So we're going to score this. I've already scored it, but just to kind of go through the motion with you guys. We're going to score this at 1 1/2. So you're just going to do that. Line it up at 1 1/2 and score it. And then at 5 1/2. So this is just your regular size cardstock for your card base, but it's the hot dog style. So if you fold it in half, you get the hot dog style. And then we've just scored 1 1/2 inches on the side that's going to fold under. And then you want to take your bone folder. Maybe we will. I know I had it. I always know I have everything, but where I put it is the question. Oh, okay. Well, I'll just use my fingers. So you just want to give it a nice crisp fold burnishing. Okay. So there you go. So now what I want to do is I want to bring in my designer series paper, and I'm going to go ahead and adhere that to the front of my card. So I'm going to use my liquid glue. Yes, welcome to you guys that are joining us. Sometimes your privacy setting won't allow me to see who's joining us or if you comment though. But I would love for you to say hello. And if we don't say hello back, that's because we can't see your comments. But welcome. And thank you so much for joining me. And then one of these is going to flip over to the other side. And then I'm going to put one right on this flap here too. I hope I'm in the camera. I'm not really, am I? I might have to push it up a little, the camera. Okay, so that's going to go right like so. Like that. And then this one we're going to put right like so. So we're just using the other side. I love that about this designer series paper. It's double-sided, so, and it all coordinates together, so it's just a matter of what you like. So that's going to go right there, just like so. And then this, we're not going to put this on yet because I'm going to stamp on it. I'm not exactly sure which greeting I'm going to put on it. All right, so is it this one? Or no, it is this one that goes in there. So we'll just leave that like that. So that's how it looks so far. So it's really cute, right? Hi, Penny. I'm so glad you're here today. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take my braided linen thread. Actually, no. Let's go ahead and before I adhere this down, I want to take, I'm going to use a retired punch because it's just easy for me. But you can use, if you have a 1.5 inch punch or if you have a 1 inch punch, this is a 1 1/4 inch. You can even use a smaller punch. If you have your dies like your stitch shaped, you could use the smallest die and die cut it. But all I want is just a little bit. Hopefully you guys can see that. Am I up far enough in the camera? I need to adjust the camera because it's just not showing you guys a whole lot. Hopefully there. Okay, so I'm just going to go in there. I'm just eyeballing it to make it centered. And it looks centered enough to me. And I'm going to punch that. So that gives me a little notch. So now I'm going to take some, well, I want to use my tear and tape because it's strong and it's less messy, but here we go. I might just use my liquid glue, but I'm afraid it might ooze out a little bit, but I don't want very much, I don't want to put too much adhesive on the side because you got to have room for your gift card to slide in and out. So we're going to do this just like that. Hey Lynette, glad you're joining us today. Okay, and then I'm just going to pull this off just like so. So this, like I said, this is a really simple one. It's not very fancy. You can make it as fancy as you want by the way that you decorate it and all. And then we're going to fold this down. I'm going to fold that in a little bit. Just like that. Okay, so I'm just going to rub my fingernail on that just to get it to stickity stick. Okay, there we go. So that's that. So now I'm going to take my braided trim and I'm going to come around here and I'm just going to tie a bow. And I'm probably going to put my bow towards the top of it. I'm going to make sure that that's flat on the inside. Sometimes you can get it twisted and it's not flat, so, come on. I'm not cutting it off of my bolt because I don't want to cut more than I need. Every time I tie bows on cameras, it always makes me nervous because you really want it to turn out. Well, thanks, Chris. Okay, and then around, and then there. So there is our little bow. You can make it as big or as small as you want to. Just like so. It's our pretty little bow. I'm going to give this a trim. Just like that, and just like that. Actually, trim a little bit more on here. All right, so there we go so far. So what do you guys think? Super cute so far, right? Now I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna bring this in, our little circle. We're gonna bring our old olive piece of scrap. I am gonna bring in my image of my Christmas tree. I'm gonna stamp it in Mossy Meadow. And we're just gonna stamp that down. Hopefully I inked that up good. I did. Okay. And then we are going to use our Pine Tree Punch, which it did carry over from last year. The same with the stamp set, Perfectly Plaid. You just can't purchase it in a bundle anymore. You have to purchase it separately. And we're going to punch out our Christmas tree. We're going to pop this up because I want this to be as fancy as it can be. So I'm going to pop that up just like that. And then we're going to pop our tree up too. So this isn't going to go through the mail, so I am not concerned about it being too puffy. Which I've had some issues with mailing some of my stuff that I shouldn't be, and I don't know why. It seems like just different areas is costing me more money to mail a card, but that's okay, it's worth it. Okay, so I'm going to put that right on the front of our card, or just like so. Now I want to make this a little bit fancier, so I'm going to bring in my holiday rhinestones, which are in the annual catalog. They also carried over from last year. And I'm using these a lot because I don't want anybody to forget about them because they're awesome stuff. It's awesome stamp set. I am going to put a couple of rhinestones on our tree. I'm using larger ones and big ones just to give it a little bit more interest. And keep it like so. It looks off-centered though. I think that's because this one needs to come down here. Okay. And let's see here. Let's put this one right here. And you always want to try to do odd numbers. I think I'm going to bring that one there if you can. Sometimes you can't, but I think I like the way that looks. And then you know what? I'm going to put a yellow one on top for the star. There we go. So what do you think about that? Isn't that cute? And we're not done yet. Okay, so we're going to take a piece of the scrap paper that I had here, and I'm going to move this out of the way so we don't get it messed up. I am going to bring in the sentiment from the Itty Bitty Christmas, no peeking till Christmas. We're going to use Real Red. And I am going to hope I stamp this straight. Stamp that right down there. It's a little crooked, but it'll be all right because I'm going to cut around it. It'll be fine. Okay. And then we're going to take our paper snips and we are just going to trim this out. Just like so and just like so. Check that out. Now nobody has to know that I cut that crooked. Except for I cut crooked. Ah. Crooked is as crooked does. Okay. Not crooked as in crooked bad. All right. There we go. I'm happy with that. Okay, so now I'm going to trim this side down just a teeny bit. Well, quite a bit actually, to give me that much space. I'm going to cut up the middle, and then we're going to flag it, just like so, and just like so. My flag might be a little off-centered, but it's okay. I'm not too worried about it. It's a handmade card. Okay, and then I'm going to trim just a teeny bit off of this, like there, okay? So now this you can take if you have a crocodile, if you have a handheld punch, if you have, I don't have my foam mat here though, so I will use my mouse pad. And if you don't have those, you can just use your paper piercer and just put you a hole right in there. Just like so, okay? And then we're gonna take some linen thread. Woo, I'm almost out. Okay, and we're gonna take that. What's going on with my linen thread? We will trim that off. Okay, and put that right through our little hole. And then we are gonna take this. So I truly believe that everything is all about the packaging. So we're going to tie that right around our bow. Maybe. If we are. Okay. Just tie that around there just like so. I'm going to give it a little knot. I really love doing different types of layering. It really gives your projects just something a little special. And then we're going to trim that down. So what do you think about that? That's cute, huh? Look at that. So no peeking till Christmas. And then, let's see. I want to add something else to it. Let me clean some of this off here so that we can think about what we want to do. Originally, I was going to stamp Lots of Love at Christmas, blue, 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 because this right here is more of, it's just cutesy. Because, you know, they really don't have to wait till Christmas to open up a Christmas card. But because it does have a gift card in there, you might want them to. So that a gift card will fit right in there, just like so. And then I think, you know, I think I'll leave it just like that because I really like the way that looks. So I think if we put too much on there, then it's going to be a little distracting. So this is our inside piece. And on there, I think we are going to stamp Lots of Love at Christmas. And then I think we're going to go back to our perfectly plaid. No, it's on this one. We could either use Merry Christmas and Happy New Year, or we can go back to our perfectly plaid and use Merry Christmas. But I think I'm going to stick with the Itty Bitty Christmas. And I'm going to use Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. And honestly, I don't even think I've used this stamp, which I have not. I have not even used this one yet. So we're going to use it. And we're going to use this one. So let me see. This would go right here on there. And then this one we can put right on here, like so. And I think that I am going to stamp, let's do Lots of Love at Christmas in our Mossy Meadow, because we have Mossy Meadow in our Designer Series paper and Old Olive. So I'm going to use the Mossy Meadow because I just think that it'll be pretty. All right, so we're going to put that right towards the top, just like so. Lots of Love at Christmas. And then we're going to bring in the Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. And we're going to stamp that one in real red. Thanks, Penny. Oh no, your Bluetooth keeps cutting out. I'm sorry. All right, and then we're going to do, hopefully this is going to stamp straight. Ah, Wow, check that out, guys. Woo-hoo for me. Okay, so there we go. So then we're just gonna adhere that to the inside of, you know what? Is there anything, we could put a pine cone on that, or we could stamp, I think we're gonna stamp a little tree on the inside too. We're gonna go back to our mossy meadow, and we are gonna stamp a little tree right here, just like that. There we go. All right. I love this. Okay, I hope you guys are loving this too. All right, so I am going to put a little glue on that, and then we're going to put this right on the inside. I think I grabbed my wrong one because it should have been higher. Oh well, it still looks perfectly fine. All right, so there you go. So you got your gift card, you got your message, you have a little room to write, and there you go. What do you guys think? This should come over more though. I did. I stamped it the wrong way. It should have went the other way. It's all right. It will be all right. It'll be okay. All right, so there you go. Yay, thank you so much for the hearts. So there you go, you guys. There is gift card number 1 in our series. So I will let you guys know when I'm going to be going live with another gift card idea. And thank you so much for joining me today. And I hope that you guys really like this. I think that turned out super, super cute. I can't wait to make more. I love doing gift card holders. I'm not very good at picking out presents sometimes, and then sometimes I get so busy I don't really have time. So I know that sounds terrible, but I just like giving gift cards too, because then they can go and get what it is that they need or what it is that they want. And some people are just kind of hard to shop for. So, all right, you guys. Thanks so much again. You guys have a wonderful afternoon. Doodly-doo.